What's going on out there, folks? Rooster here in Tennessee. Got another video for you. What we're looking at today is a vintage bass amplifier. It's a model is a Maverick 250 made by DNA. DNA made a whole lot of amps back in the CB heyday. The Maverick 250 is one of the more well-known amps. They also made the Raider, the Hawk, the Hornet, the Phantom, PDX 400. I think the MDX 250 maybe, the Warrior, which is a little bit less known, and a T600, which is a version of the Phantom. I think they also made a small mobile amp called a Wasp, but point being, they made a lot of amps. Some of them were in the gray color, the silver gray color. Other ones were they had a brown cover and a cream or tan colored looking finish. The gray ones were the older ones. These older Mavericks had them, and the 12 tube Phantom, and I believe the Warrior also had it, and the Hornet and the Raider and a couple more. But I believe the gray ones are the older ones. This one's in pretty good shape for its age, especially. I cleaned it. I'll give it a good wipe down, and it cleaned up pretty well. Especially for an amp that's 30 to 40 years old. Tubes, it's got 8 tubes in it, 4 6 LQ6s on the output, I believe, and on the input, the driver tubes I think are 4 6 KV6s maybe. I could be wrong on that. I'm not an expert on these. I've owned several of them, but I really haven't ever paid attention to what's in them. Generally the output's somewhere between 500 and 700 watts with the correct amount of drive, and that's about it. As far as tuning it, load, tune, drive tune down here, and another tune control. When you're tuning it, you'll use all 4 of those. There's a lot of bad information out there as far as how to tune these amps. I always start left to right, tune for peak output, and then you can either go counterclockwise or start all over again. It'll usually get you the same. And what I mean by peak output is just audio into the microphone. When you see the most watts on the meter, on a peak meter, Dosey, MFJ, Paradynamics, Bird 43 with a peak kit, when you see the most output power, you'll know you're tuned. We'll go ahead and get into this. I'm going to drive it with a Galaxy 44. It's doing about 30 watts. We've done a video on this radio before. We've got this thing pre-tuned pretty close, and I think we're keying a little bit over 100 watts. We can back that down some here in a second. But anyway, we're going to be using a 1,000 watt Bird average slug, or 1,000 watt slug in a Bird peak meter. We'll start out on average rather. So the bottom scale will be 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000. Key it up. Key a little bit over 110 watts. Audio, 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 audio. 190 to 200 average. I'm going to back this carrier down a little bit on our radio here. There we go, about 75, 80 watts. We'll flip this thing on peak. Go ahead and hit our peak switch, see what it's doing. Audio, you can hear it relay snapping in. Hello, audio, 1, 2, 3. I've had this thing running for audio about a good 30 minutes down here, but you don't have to let it heat up that long. I just wanted to leave it running, make sure everything was going to be okay. Hello, audio, you can see we're hitting that 60 mark, which is about 600 watts. Audio test, 1, 2, 3. Audio, radio, audio, audio, audio. 600 watts PEP, might float a little bit below that sometimes. Let's turn our peak switch off. That's pretty good out of one of these. That's about a little bit above average, probably about average. Hello, radio, you can see that top meter works and the bottom meter does not. But that's about it. Maverick 250. I hope you guys enjoy the video. This one's going to be local pickup only. I don't really want to risk shipping it with the tubes in it. However, if somebody did want this amp with no tubes, I would be willing to ship it. You know, you'd have to put your own tubes in there. But as it sits with the tubes in it, it's for sale, local pickup only, and I will make someone a deal so good on this thing it will make your head spin. I don't think you'll find 500-600 watts any cheaper anywhere else. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, comments, complaints about the video, let me know and we will try to get back with you. Okay, Maverick 250 bass amplifier by DNA. Enjoy. 73s.